What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Madden 07 Albuquerque Vipers franchise. And today we take on possibly our biggest rival in this series, the Atlanta Falcons. Both teams are already playoff bound. The Falcons have already taken their division. Meanwhile, the Vipers are head-to-head with the 49ers in the West. Both teams 10 wins on the season so far. We had a crazy win last week over the Steelers, an upset that nobody was expecting, and we're getting even stronger now. Daryl Fannin and Charles Phillips, they're both still a little bit banged up, kind of questionable coming into this game. Both players are going to be playing, though, and those are two of our best players. So, I mean, if you thought what we did last week was crazy, just wait until, we're fully healthy and those guys are at 100%. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with this team? We're on like an 8-game winning streak right now. But the Falcons, they're looking to put an end to that. They're one of the better teams in the league. As we saw there, they have a 9-5 record. And of course, if you guys have been watching this series for a while now, you know that we have quite the history with them. They do have one of our former star players, Wade Schmidt, the safety on defense in his second season with Atlanta. 4 interceptions on the season for him. This is a rematch of a divisional round game, I want to say, from last season, where we did beat them. I want to say it was like 30-9 in Drew Brees' last career game. Now, John Owens, he really made himself some money last season in his third year in Chicago before getting replaced by the rookie. And now he's out here slinging it for Atlanta, and he's a really good fit for them. Already 2 for 2 passing on the ball game. He's already got him out close to midfield. He's going to try to take off and run, but no, sir. Baker gets in there for the sack. Here's Cedric Benson, the veteran, still kicking it, and he's going up the gut. Gain of 6 right there. Here's a play fake to Ronnie Brown. Pass to the left side's going to be too high and incomplete. 4th down and 4, and the Vipers defense gets a stop. So out comes this offense, which was unstoppable last week. And there, Atlanta starts off pretty good. That's actually Wade Schmidt putting the hit on Larry Fitzgerald. Across to the right side, that's a perfect pass to Jamarcus Ward, who's just had a breakout season this year. Just absolutely insane. Over the middle again for Fitzgerald, and again, it's going to be knocked away. Out of the eye now, we're going to give it to Gordon. He takes it up the gut, and Jake's got himself 4. Early 3rd down situation here for Albuquerque. Atlanta kind of sends the heat here, but they have no quarterback spy. Cross is going to run it and slide down at the 50. Big conversion there. Now Jake Gordon goes right up the gut. That's another solid gain as he's getting skinny there. Pickup of 6. Handoff goes to Gordon again. He's got some nice blocking, and he's going to get wrestled down at about the 38 or 37 yard line. They're officially going to mark him down at the 39. Now off of the play fake. Nice throw there by Cross on the move to Trey Francis, the tight end, who's got us inside of the 25 now, as this offense is really moving. Now Cross looking to go to the end zone off of the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. An uncharacteristic drop, but we do have a pass interference call, which does set us up at the goal line. Looking to throw for it now. Cross trying to direct traffic, moving around in the backfield, and he takes a really bad sack there. That is the last thing you want to do. We went from the goal line to like the 12-yard line. That is a very bad move for this offense. Cross under pressure again, and he's going to be sacked again. In the matter of 2 plays, we have lost about 16 yards. Now 3rd and goal from the 16-yard line. Cross going to the end zone, looking for Phillips for the first time with him back from injury. Schmidt is there to knock it away. We are in field goal range, though, so what should have been a touchdown ends up only being a field goal, but it still gives us the early lead. Here's a play fake. Owens has all day to throw. Beautiful pass there to Walter as he gets close to midfield. Atlanta already pretty much where they were last drive when they got stopped. Nice catch there by Dorsey, the tight end, Byron Dorsey, former Cardinal and Raider. Now a great tight end for Atlanta, and he's out to the 25. That throw comes on 3rd down, and the pressure forces the incomplete pass, meaning Steven Gostkowski's got to come out here and tie the game up at 3 apiece. Taking us into the second quarter now as we just, share a couple of field goals in the first. 2-yard gain there. Giving it to Gordon again, and he's going to get taken down in the backfield by Kennedy, and now Kennedy slow to get up after making that big play for the Falcons defense. It does cause a 3rd down and 11, though. And once again, no quarterback spy on Orlando Cross, and he's going to take full advantage of that all day, every day. Now sending the heat, and Fitzgerald drops it again. That's his second drop of the game already. 3rd down and 11 once again, and he's going to be picked off. Dan Morgan, they did have a spy on cross this time, and it was Morgan, the longtime Panther linebacker, stays inside of the division. I think he's been there for a few years now, and he was just lurking there. Cross just didn't see him over the middle. The Falcons with some superb field position. Now Cedric Benson goes up the gut for a gain of 6. Owens runs out of time, and he's going to be sacked by Hutchinson, who's in for Fannin because Fannin is still a little bit banged up. He is in the game on 3rd down, though. Owens just barely gets rid of this one, and they're going to have to settle for another Gostkowski field goal. This one a 45-yard attempt, and it splits the uprights. Bad news for Kennedy. He made a big play there, but it's going to be a season-ending play as he broke his wrist on that tackle. So Atlanta a little bit down now on defense, at least with the linebacker there. Cross throwing this one to the left side, and his pass is going to be picked off by David Ward. The second-year cornerback returns it to the 23-yard line, and he did a good job baiting Cross into that throw, although it was also a little bit of a late pass to get it to where Gordon was, where the hole was there, and that's just a throw that Cross needs to make sooner. Cedric Benson finding his way up the gut now as he's inside of the 10. 2nd down, it's going to be a toss play to the right for him, spinning his way through tacklers in the end zone, but hold up, there's Holden on the play, so bring it on back. 3rd down and 15, Owens gets it off to Walter, but he's going to be well shy of the sticks, and Atlanta's going to have to settle for a 3rd Stephen Gostkowski field goal, this one of the easier ones today from 32 yards out. It's just been a game of field goals so far. Cross rolling to his right. Now he's going to be sacked again. That's just an unnecessary rollout to the right there. He went right to the defender, and now it's 3rd and long. Taking a shot deep for Phillips on the left side here. Double man coverage, and Ward is there to break that pass up. And Albuquerque's offense really needs to wake up. We got that field goal on the first drive, which should have been a touchdown, and then we just haven't done anything since then. Falcons in our territory as we hit the 2-minute warning. Toss play to the right here for Benson, and he's going to pick up 4 yards. Now looking to spread things out on 3rd down. Owens has time in the pocket, lets this one fly to the end zone, double man coverage, and we're not letting that happen. Owens, he took a big hit on that throw, though, grabbing at his arm there. That's his throwing shoulder, or his throwing arm, and that's not good news for Atlanta. So now comes in Lawyer Bender, former Broncos quarterback that they actually traded for in the offseason to be a backup. He comes in, his first pass of the game is incomplete. Looking deep for Phillips again, just a tad underthrown. Ward with another pass breakup. And it's looking like Bender's going to be playing the rest of the game for Atlanta. Nothing super serious for Owens, but he's not going to be able to come back into today's game. Great throw on the move there to Charles Phillips as Cross is trying to orchestrate a 2-minute drill now. That was just his 3rd completion of the game. This pass to the left side is going to be caught by Fitzgerald. Down the left sideline, Wade Schmidt giving chase, and he gets him at the 10-yard line. Fitz was just a little bit younger. That could have been a touchdown, but you know what? I'll take it. Now Cross floating this one to the end zone, and it's going to be picked off by Carey. Vaughan Lewis has been superb in the red zone this season, and Cross maybe relying on that a little bit too much on that play. After coming down with a pick, Carey is going to have to limp off the field, though. Bender throws this one left side, under 30 seconds left in the game, and he's got Ray Glenn down the sideline. Justin Williams, the rookie, getting burnt there, and they're already in field goal range, but I think they definitely prefer a touchdown. They're not getting anything there, though, as that's going to be ruled a fumble, and the Falcons will have to use their last timeout of the half. It's nothing too serious for Carey, and he will return to the ball game shortly for the Falcons defense. Meanwhile, this pass over the middle is going to be dropped by Dorsey. 3rd and 21. They're at the 39-yard line, so kind of on the fringe of field goal range. And now they're definitely in it. Ray Glenn, he's going to get pushed out of bounds inside of the 10. And with 8 seconds left to go, the Falcons not taking any risks. They kick a 4th field goal, and that's going to give them the 9-point lead at halftime. But we still got a whole nother half of football left to go. Albuquerque starting off with the football. Great run there by Gordon. He hurdled a man, stiff arms another, and gets out to the 48-yard line. Now Ralph Nelson in the game. He takes this one up the middle for about 4 yards. Now on third down, Orlando Cross is looking to throw under some pressure as he's rolling to his right, throwing on the move for Larry Fitzgerald downfield. Cross just making some insane throws out here today. That's the second one he's done like that. This one is going to go out to the flat here for Vaughan Lewis. He's got the first down, brought down by Robert Mathis, and now Lewis is going to be a tad slow to get up, limping off of the field. Trying to turn this one into 6 points now off the play fake. Cross fires over the middle, and he's going to be picked off by Josh Devine, one of the best safeties in the league. And that's just a classic situation of pushing the wrong button. I was going for circle, I hit square, and instead of throwing to the open Larry Fitzgerald on the right side, I throw into the double-covered Charles Phillips in the end zone. Cross has his third interception of the game, and Atlanta's looking to take advantage of that. Glenn working on Williams again on that play. Benson takes this one up the middle, and it's going to be about 8 more yards. He is kind of on a down season right now, as we saw going into this game. Just over 500 yards on the season so far. Luckily, nothing too serious for Vaughan Lewis. He will be out for the remainder of today's game. And Williams gets burnt for the third time today by Ray Glenn. He gave up a huge play there. We finally have our first touchdown. The Falcons go for 2. It's a toss play for Benson as they were trying to make it a 3-possession game. They're unable to do so, though, which is huge for Albuquerque. If we can just get something going on offense right now, that'd be great. Or Cross can just get sacked yet again. Third time today that Robert Mathis has gotten to him. And this Falcons defense, as we saw going into this game, they were definitely one of the better ones in the league. And they've given Cross a lot of issues. Sacked yet again. Back-to-back sacks. And that's not the first time this defense has gotten back-to-back sacks today. Third down and 27, just taking a deep shot for Phillips, and then finally it works. We've tried that left side time and time again, and that was like the 4th or 5th time we've tried it, and it finally works out for us. Going to Phillips again, and Cross is going to be picked off. Yet again, Carey, he's back in the game from his injury, and he has his 2nd interception. And how many interceptions is that Cross has thrown today? Is that his 4th? Is that his 5th? I'm starting to lose track because this is just not good. So now Atlanta trying to take full advantage of that, trying to get tricky there, and Bender slides in the backfield. Probably good for him because he would have gotten blown up. They haven't been great on third down today, and that trend is going to continue. Kudos to this Vipers defense for only allowing 18 points so far despite the poor offensive play. Cross looking to throw this one over the middle. He's got Larry Fitzgerald, and that's going to get us into Falcons territory just like that with about a minute left to go in the third quarter. Cross floating this one to the right side, testing the one-on-one coverage with Larry Fitzgerald, and Carey comes down with a 3rd interception. Unbelievable. That is 6 interceptions thrown by Cross today, but then finally returning the favor, Justin Williams. He's been getting burnt all day long, but finally comes down with a huge play. Can Albuquerque take full advantage of it, though? They're going to need to if they want to get back into this one. Cross floating this one over the middle for Mullen. That's going to be a touchdown, and it's about time this Vipers offense got into the end zone. This is not the performance people were expecting after last week's dominant game against Pittsburgh, and all of a sudden, it is a 1-score game now as Atlanta's only up by 8. Who would have thought that after the terrible play we've had today? Nice catch by Walter on the right side there, working on Darren Gordon. That's going to get him out close to the 45-yard line. Now Cedric Benson working his way right up the gut, moving back and forth into Vipers territory. They're going to be faced with an early 3rd down on this drive, though. They're going to give it to Ronnie Brown, who takes it up the middle, and he's going to be just on the outskirts of field goal range, and the Falcons aren't going to try it, and they punt the football away. So all of a sudden, Albuquerque is now looking to tie the ball game up after just terrible play for the first 3 quarters just about. We're out here on offense. We actually have a real chance to win this game and get back into it. A couple runs there from Darren Gordon. The first one doesn't count due to a holding call. Pass to the left side is going to be caught. Larry Fitzgerald across the 40-yard line. Despite his drops that he's had today, he's closing in on the century mark. Now Orlando Cross throwing this one to the right side, and that pass is going to be dropped. 3rd down and 9. It'd be really nice if we got this one here. Cross throwing deep down the right side. He's got him. Touchdown, Jamarcus Ward. And the Vipers are a 2-point try away from tying this game up. Obviously, we're going to go for it. Cross throws this one on the move. Trey Francis, he was inbounds. He drugged the toes, and we are all knotted up at 18 apiece. And Cedric Benson is going backwards on that play. It's going to be a loss of 3 on first down. Bender floating this one to the right side over the hands of John Kelly. A couple of tackles are missed, and Byron Dorsey is gone. Not a Viper in sight. 85 yards for the tight end of all players. Lawyer Bender, he did take a big hit on that play. Nothing too serious, though, and he will be back by the time Atlanta gets back out here on offense. Cross driving back to throw, and he's going to be sacked immediately. Not only have the interceptions been a problem for him today, but he keeps getting sacked. Here's a 3rd down and 8. Cross throws over the middle. Caught by Fitzgerald. He's going to get tripped up at the 45-yard line. Big time conversion there. Just under 3 minutes to go in the game. Handoff goes to Jake Gordon. He takes it to the left, gets spun around for a gain of 4. Last play before the 2-minute warning, and Gordon is going to get blown up in the backfield. 3rd down and 8. We've converted 6 of 9 actually on 3rd down today, and we should have converted a 7th there, except Fitz drops the ball again. So here's a huge 4th down. We need this if we want to stay alive in this one. Cross-directing traffic downfield. He's got Jake Gordon across the 30. Gordon spinning at the 20 where he gets wrestled down. Clutch play there by the rookie running back. Now we give it to Gordon up the middle as we're not trying to score too quickly now, but we definitely got to get into the end zone. Here's a run by Greg Riddle, and he's going to pick up 7. The clock continues to move. 30 seconds left in the game. Gordon in the flat. He's diving for the pylon, and he's going to be denied. 25 seconds on the clock, and the clock continues to tick down. Handoff goes to Riddle, and he barely gets into the end zone, but he still does. Touchdown Vipers, and after the extra point, we are all tied up at 25 apiece, and somehow this game is going to overtime after just the first 3 quarters, just absolutely awful by Albuquerque's offense. We win the coin toss. Obviously, we choose to get it. Gordon breaking through some tackles. He's in open space on the first play of overtime. 30, 20, not a Falcon in sight. Is that your ball game? No, it is not. Holding on the tight end, Mullen. And that is just a deflating play if you're Albuquerque. You thought you had the game in the bag. You thought you just completed the comeback of all comebacks. Maybe not of all comebacks, but a crazy comeback instead. You still have to work your way downfield. But if you got players like Charles Phillips making great one-handed catches like that, it may not be an issue. And remember, these are still old overtime rules. A field goal will win it in sudden death. Nice run up the middle, and Vince Wilfork, he's a little shaken up on the play, and he's going to have to check out for Atlanta. Here's Gordon taking this one to the right side. Jake Gordon inside of the 30, and that's going to be field goal range. Hand off to Gordon again, fighting his way up the gut, and that's going to be about 5 or more yards, make it 7. Vince Wilfork, not good news for him. Broken finger. He's going to be out for the next 3 weeks. That could bleed into the postseason a little bit as Riddle gets us even closer into field goal range. And why risk fumbling now? Brian Koch to win the game from 26 yards out. It is up. It is good. And the Vipers complete the comeback. Down 18-3. Crossed through 6 interceptions, and somehow they only came away with 18 points off of all those interceptions combined, and then they got that late touchdown to give them the lead in the 4th quarter before Albuquerque was able to tie it up. But man, if you're the Falcons, how do you get 6 interceptions? How do you sack Cross 6 times and still lose that game? That was one of the worst performances we've ever seen from Orlando Cross. That's the most interceptions he's ever thrown in a game, including his rookie season when he threw 25 picks. Wow. Atlanta, what are you doing, man? I don't know. Fitzgerald, he goes over 100 yards for the 3rd game in a row. Charles Phillips, in his first game back from injury, he tops the century mark too. Mullen comes away with, I want to say, his first touchdown as a Viper. He's only a 3rd-string tight end, but I mean, he came up clutch late in the 3rd quarter there to give us our first touchdown of the game. And then kudos to this defense. Oh my gosh, they're the reason that we stayed in it, only allowing 18 points throughout most of that game, and then only allowing 25 total. Justin Williams, even though he kept getting burnt, he came away with a huge interception in the 4th quarter. Looking at some other action this week, the playoff race is really heating up, and the Colts are fighting for the 1 seed. They'll probably get it since Pittsburgh crapped the bed last week against us, as they are now 13-2. And San Francisco, they are right there with us at 11-4. We are also 11-4 now, and the division's going to come down to next week, even though we're not playing each other. But I do believe we currently do hold a tiebreaker, so if we win, we take the division. And we do have an opportunity to actually get a first round bye after this Redskins loss 30-10 or 30-6 to the Giants. Redskins didn't even get into the end zone, which leaves the door open for Albuquerque to get a first round bye if we win and the Redskins lose next week. Detroit, they needed this win, otherwise it's going to be real tough for them to sneak into the postseason. Meanwhile, Green Bay likely going to get the 1 seed. They do have the tiebreaker over us as they beat us early in the season. Pittsburgh, they bounced back from last week's game as they beat the Raiders here 22-16, and now the Raiders are going to fall to second in their game. Alan Thomas trying to do his best Orlando Cross impersonation, I guess. He threw 4 interceptions in this game as the Steelers are still able to get the win. And the Vikings, they finally did it. They are in the win column. I figured to come against a team like Arizona, who I don't know how they managed to get 6 wins on the season so far, but somehow they do. They play like a 3-win team, but I'm happy to see that Minnesota isn't going to be winless this season. And that's going to be a wrap on today's video. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, leaving a like is always appreciated. And until next time, this has been Jeffrey, reminding you to stay moist.